Hello, this is Catherine Shirey with the University of West Georgia. I am going to go over my targeted school improvement plan, or my 90-day plan that I have created as an assignment for my EDSI 9943 class with my instructor, Dr. Georgia Evans. For this 90-day plan, I have decided to focus on our 8th block, which is our designated advisement block. This block was originally developed as like a landing pad, if you will, for our students to develop a relationship with a trusted adult who may or may not be a teacher that teaches them academically. There's a lot of research that shows this type of relationship can help students not drop out, can help prevent them from dropping out. This block should be structured and meaningful. Throughout the year, it allows time for self and career exploration, remediation, enrichment, community engagement. Unfortunately, it is currently not being implemented with fidelity, and we know this through qualitative data that has been collected through observations and surveys or oral surveys. Observations vary greatly from class to class. However, most observations or walkthroughs have found that students are disengaged. They're on their cell phones, they're sleeping, they're skipping class. The teacher is also not engaged with the students. The block is currently being treated as if it is a free block, which is not the intention, nor does it meet the expectations of local or state level administration. So the goal of this 90-day plan is to restructure the advisement block to encourage meaningful engagement and increase student achievement. The PLC for this is going to be our PBIS and our MTSS team. They will develop, implement, and monitor this plan. I've decided to utilize these two teams as one for this advisement block because it really fits both teams' goals. It really focuses on the whole child. So for this plan, we'll also be utilizing the design thinking strategy, problem solving. So at first, what we're going to have to do is we're going to meet the Monday after Thanksgiving on 11/28, and we're going to discuss advisement block. And instead of guessing at what the problems with advisement block are, we're going to develop surveys for students and teachers. And we're also going to develop an observation team who will be in charge of creating an observation checklist and an observation schedule for the people on the team that don't have an advisement schedule or an advisement class. That way we can get some hard qualitative data that we can look at and see what the real issues with our advisement block is. The first barrier that I foresee being a problem is I would like 90% of our student body and 100% of our teachers to do these surveys, complete them by our deadline, which is before Christmas break. We want to get this before Christmas break. We will be sending it out on December 1st, and we want it by the end of the week to get these surveys back. I know 90% and 100% are quite large, but we have a very small student body, and we have an even smaller teaching staff. So in order to get an accurate reading of what everyone's thinking, we need high participation. Our ideas right now, what we're going to do is we're going to continue with the grade level 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. We are going to implement our non-academic gradings, which would be a C for consistently, O for often, S for sometimes, and R for rarely. And then our PBIS team and our MTSS can use those to give prizes or parties or PBIS points to get some validity to those. So once we get that done and we test, the observation team is going to continue to observe the new advisement blocks following it, and the surveys will be sent out again at the 4.5-week mark. After we receive the surveys from the 4.5-week mark and we are able to analyze that, we're going to look at what's working, what's not working. At this point, we might have to switch from design thinking over to scale up. And if 10th grade is working phenomenally well, but 11th grade's not, maybe we need to look at making 11th grade interest-based. The team is going to meet quarterly, which will be about every 9 weeks, which is when grades go out. We can look at the data from the advisement block. We also want to look at the overall attendance, behavioral, and academic data to see how that is trending along with our data from our advisement block.